How's it going, everyone? Sorry for being late. I do not even have chat set up. I do not have my sub number set up. Very, very behind. And I apologize for that. Let me get the stream pulled up, make sure I'm actually even live. I literally don't see chat yet. I have no idea. Okay, it looks like I'm live, so that's good. Step one. Here we go. So Mr. Walrus wants to know, let me get that highlight chat ready. Today is intended to be a eBay Vault Consignment Q&A. If anyone has any questions, I understand some amount of people that utilize my Vault service are working right now or just unavailable right now, don't care to watch right now. So I understand that we might not be able to fill out an entire 90 minutes with a Q&A about the Vault. But if and when people have questions about that, I will discuss that primarily. Mr. Walrus wants to know, what were the postmaster's thoughts on CGC changes? Yeah, I got caught up talking with my postmaster. I love everyone at my post office. They're so great. I did mention I'm going to be late for my YouTube live, so I'm not just saying that because they might be listening. You can see a little bit of sweat on me because I was hustling to get here, and I was still a little bit late. But I'm not just saying that to butter them up in case they're watching. They actually are awesome there. Every time I see someone in a Discord somewhere mention about like a line at a post office, about having issues with their clerks, with their postmasters, whatever it may be, I'm very, very fortunate to be living where I live. And I don't think every small town post office I would have the same experience or the same interactions with the people there. Like I have less lines because there's less people. That's just inherent to where I live, and that's probably the case for a lot of small town post offices, but it's genuinely a good group of people there. So yeah, one thing I was talking about is I live in the woods, so I do have a post office, but I don't really have good access to a UPS or a FedEx. And I was talking about what USPS calls, what do they call it? USPS street addressing. Basically, there exists some kind of a service where you can receive packages from FedEx and UPS at a post office through some means where you pay a little bit extra money, and then you just put Catch 'em All Collectibles, you put the street address of the post office, and then you put where like my PO box number would go. I just put at the end of the day, I know I say that too much at the end of the day, but at the end of all that, at the end of the conversation, what amounts from it is that I will be able to receive UPS. FedEx is not as ideal. FedEx, I'm going to have some people do some test runs. So maybe if anyone is interested in making a little money shipping me like an energy card or something, I'm going to reach out to a couple people after the stream, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, about sending me a test FedEx package to my USPS street address to see if it works. But I have been assured that UPS will work flawlessly. UPS, other people in my post office are doing it. I have a big casino near me. I have a school near me. UPS is delivering every day to street addresses at my post office. So that one is where I will lean people heavily towards, hey, just USPS, ship to my PO box. If you're international, I understand not everyone has that ability. But if not USPS, next in line, next best would be UPS. And then after that, FedEx, I'm going to run some tests. I'm going to verify. But it would be great if we could get that option. The only thing is my post office definitely has fairly lengthy hours that they're closed during the day for like lunch and things like that. So small town post office, they don't have just a million clerks to backfill for everyone, rotate the lunch schedules. But yeah, a lot more back-end specifics on how my post office works than you probably cared to hear. But that is why I was late, so I wanted to explain myself for why I was late. And UPS will definitely be available to ship to my Vault Consignment service, so that's great. Yeah, Sky, that one guy says, my post office always has a crazy line and most of the employees hate it when you ask to have something scanned in. I'm definitely fortunate to not have to deal with that. The employees of my post office know what I'm doing. They know who I am. They see my face. Like they know my box number. I'm that whole Ron Burgundy Anchorman thing, that I'm kind of a big deal gif, that very much I know that I'm not a big deal, but at my post office, at least my small little post office in deep in the woods in New York, I'm kind of a big deal, and they know who I am, which is great, because then it's just like having the ease and ability to get things scanned when I need them scanned. There's a certain value amount that I don't bother getting the scans, and I just use the scan form. But we just have this mutual understanding. We have like an easy way. I'm always interacting with the same people, and we just know how to make each other's lives as much easier as possible. Dan lectures everyone on why it's a bag to get worked up about anything, and then gets worked up over grading company news. Hey, that was last night's live. Let's keep last night's live to last night's live. Let's keep Professor Oak's voice chat yesterday morning to that. I did kind of talk with my postmaster about what some of the other big businesses do. There's the casino in my zip code. There's the school in my zip code. Then there are other ones as well. And we talked for like half an hour. Well, maybe it wasn't half an hour, but 20 minutes probably, just about what is the most mutually beneficial way for me to interact with the post office and this whole consignment service where I'm having people ship stuff to me. So let me I'm still missing a couple things. Let me finish setting up my stream, which I should have had done beforehand. You'll see there you go. You'll see my sub count coming in. Let me go to the other screen to make sure that's set up. This is all the stuff I do off stream, so you guys don't see it. You can see my subs. See my subs there moving a little bit. You have to like perfectly center it in there, stretching the window to the proper size. All these little things I do off stream. I will, jokes aside, I was live for almost 3 hours last night. Monday, my video is going to be distilling. Knowing me, I'm going to shoot for 8 to 12 minutes. Knowing me, it's going to be a 25-minute video. Distilling my 3-hour live down into my overall thoughts and plans on CGC. So that will be a video Monday. I'm sure that one was probably a joke, but maybe not, though. I believe Pokemon Nerd, you were there last night. I don't remember. But let me see. It feels like there's a decent chance there probably won't be any Vault Consignment service questions coming in. I have had a lot of people reaching out. I actually have I have a package right here that just came to my PO box today. They're starting to come in. I'm getting submissions in. So yeah, I will plan to just do like a quick overview. I know it was my video Monday, but it's just that kind of week. It's eBay Vault week, so I'm going to continue as I had planned. Newly spell checked graphic here describing what the process is. I might have to reach out to Mr. Walrus. I might have to get my UPS accessible address added. I will discuss off stream with Mr. Walrus about getting my UPS accessible address added to this beautiful graphic that he put together. Shout out to Mr. Walrus. I very much appreciate you very much. I very much appreciate you very much. But yeah, eBay consignments, as they have existed in the past, continue to exist. For anyone, I have had a couple people reach out saying, hey, your new minimum fee is higher. Your new fees are slightly different than what we've talked about privately, than what we've arranged for my cards. If and when you sent to me prior, if you have cards with me prior under a different agreement, your spreadsheet still exists with the same formulas, with the same fee structures that we had prior. I used to have a $20 per card minimum fee, but I am definitely trying to weed out some of the lower end, lower value cards. Other consignment services exist. The ability to sell on your own eBay exists, and those are more, I mean, if in spite of my higher fees, higher minimum fee, if you still want to sell a $50 card through me, I'll do it. The numbers are made to make sense for me to sell whatever you have. If you want to donate to me a $25 card that I can sell and just keep all the money for, I wouldn't recommend you do that because that's how it would work. If we list a card for $25 flat and it sells, the minimum fee is $25. So you get nothing from that. I wouldn't recommend that by any means. But if you want to send me $50 cards, $80 cards, $100 cards, it's going to be a high percentage fee, but I'm here. I'm here. The most cost effective, given the $25 minimum fee, where that is kind of like broken even, is a $125 card. $125 card is where 20% equals what it's worth, and I have no hidden fees, no shipping fee added onto the listing. If we sell it for $125, it's $125 free shipping. You get 80% of that $125. You get $100 even. So one thing that I do have to disclaim on that I don't think I mentioned in my video, as of today, as far as I understand, and maybe we'll do a live test. Let me get logged into my eBay. Let me get my eBay pulled up. I believe that when you buy through the eBay vault, I believe that there are no additional fees. I believe that on the buying side, if you're shipping to the vault on the buying side, there are no shipping fees because you're going to the vault. There are no sales tax because you're going to the vault. Me, if I was shipping to myself from the eBay vault, there would be no sales tax still. But yeah, maybe we'll try to find a PSA Pokemon card, and we'll look north of 250. So that and we'll try to find an eBay vault one intentionally, because that is one thing that I've not yet done that I do have on my to-do list to do, is buy a card from the eBay vault to just get the full experience, get the other side of it. I don't know if you can search by vault. I don't think you have the ability to search by vault, so I don't know how I'm going to find that. If anyone knows of a $250 to $300 card, I don't really want to spend like $5,000 doing a test, but if anyone knows of an eBay vault card that is in the vault that I can buy on stream as a test, if you have an eBay vault card for $250 to $300 that's reasonably priced, point it out to me, link it to me on Discord or something, and I will buy it from you today on stream so that I can see what the process feels like from the other side. So yeah, maybe the only way that the general public is able to get cards into the vault, aside from utilizing a consignment service like mine, would be to buy something greater than $250 and have it shipped to your vault. I don't know how many people in chat have been doing that. Let me know in chat if you have been doing that, if you've done that from your side. I see Nick mentioning go to Rusty's eBay store. I know Rusty has a lot of stuff in the vault, but a lot of it is his super high-end stuff. I will... Let me search Rusty's eBay, buy it now, high to low, and then just try to go to around like the $250 to $300 tier. I definitely don't want to buy the trophy Pikachus that I sold to him that are in the vault for much higher than he paid, which I'm not saying anything against him for listing them for higher than he paid, but yeah, I just clearly have no desire to buy back a card I sold to him a year later for significantly higher. Let me search by 250 and up. I don't think you can search. I don't think there's a way to search by vault only. I don't think that's a thing. But if I search 250 and up, he has so many valuable cards. I've got to go to page 4. Let's see. He has a Tangela First Edition. Okay, so I actually might buy this card. Let me see what a Tangela First Edition is going for lately. We're going to get Rusty a sale today. Thank you, Nick, for suggesting. I see he has a $300 Tangela First Edition. I do see one listed by someone else for $208. So let's see if I can find a better deal. Let's see if I can find a better deal to test with. I don't want to buy a Shadowless Pokemon trader or Clefairy doll. Oh, man. PSA 10 Topps Chrome Pikachu, that might be the ticket right there. Hopefully nobody buys this out from under me. I think Rusty's low list here. I think Rusty's low list on this Pikachu. So let me Let me see if I'm set up properly. So if I take this. Okay, so here I am. So I might just buy this. I might buy this live on YouTube to test how it works. I need to be careful. I'll have to like turn my screen off, make sure I don't dox myself. I've never bought anything directly to my vault though. So I'm going to attempt to buy this. Let's see what the recent solds are. Recent solds 200, 185. There's a Spectra that went for 650, so that's why that one went for more. Here's a best offer accepted for 400. But yeah, I'll probably try to just buy this on stream to see. So it says eBay Vault right there. This is what a listing will look like. So one thing that people have asked me, what will a listing look like? Will it fall within your store if I sell through your eBay Vault Consignment service? This is exactly what it will look like. So here's Rusty's. You can see it says right there, TCA Gaming. He's nearing 100,000 feedback. That's crazy. So yeah, there's Rusty. This is what a listing will look like. Some people have complained a little bit about the scans. This one looks pretty decent. eBay Vault is doing the scans themselves. I do have to provide photos to them on the inbound, like the inbound fulfillment process. I do provide them photos, but they do take their own on their end. So I do have a couple items. Let me go back full screen for a little bit. Let me get a couple of my items that are in the vault pulled up, just so you can see. A lot of people did ask me, what does an item look like? What does an item look like if and when I consign through the vault? People are concerned that they want to make sure that it's showing up with my account. They want to see, yeah, just what it will look like. Very reasonable. Very, very reasonable request to wonder what a listing will look like from your end if you can sign through me. So I've almost got it queued up. So yeah, like here, let me go back. So the Mothman, that is not in the vault. That is just, that is being done on my normal consignment service. This Art Academy Lily Chan though, this is in the eBay vault. So externally, if you're searching my store, let me scale this down some so you can see more stuff. So if you're looking through my store as you normally would be, you can see this with my see all other items ranked by high to low. It falls within my store as other items normally would. The items, I know off the top of my head which ones are in the vault and which ones are not. Like this one is not in the vault, this Tropical Tidal Wave, and this Melly is. So let me just verify, let me show you. The Tropical Tidal Wave, so authenticity guarantee. That will go through the authenticity guarantee if you buy from me. That one's fulfilled by me directly. Whereas this one is in the vault, so it says right there, that little banner at the top that says eBay Vault. That one's fulfilled by eBay. So that is how similar they look from the buyer end. You do not lose additional visibility. One thing you might lose a little bit that I did disclaim, that I have mentioned, international visibility. On items that are that expensive, a lot of those things, eBay international shipping, prior it used to be the eBay global shipping program, they have much lower limits. Depending on the country, they have quite a bit lower limits than $10,000, than $12,000. So you do need to be careful a little bit with the whole eBay Vault thing. There might be some amount of limited visibility to international buyers. I believe, as far as I understand, as far as TCA Gaming described it in a, I think he was live on PK's channel at one point and he talked about it. But if the person's from China, if the person's from Japan, if the person's from Canada even, I don't believe they can have a Canadian eBay account. I believe they have to create a new US eBay account, enroll in the vault, and then subsequently buy the item from you. Let me go back off stream for a little bit. Let me open up my eBay vault and just show what it looks like. But yeah, here's like the eBay Vault page. I don't know how many people in here have already enrolled in an eBay Vault. I think I did ask you guys a minute or two ago to let me know if you shipped anything there. But yeah, there is. It's on your My eBay tab, which is a little bit off screen, but it's on your My eBay tab. The eBay Vault. This drop down right here. It's right there. You can enroll in the eBay Vault. You can basically generate your eBay Vault address. so that you can start buying things directly to your eBay vault. Clearly, to have submitted through the eBay vault to be able to serve as a middleman for this consignment service, I'm obviously enrolled in the eBay vault already. Enroll and collect anything worth $250 or more. Send it to the vault. Yeah, let me let me go back to chat and let me see if I'm missing any questions or anything like that. But at the end of the day, do you have a service if I want my cards sold through Craigslist? Maybe I'll have to think about adding that in the future, but as of right now, no. How's it going, Mason? Nice to see you. A lot of people here for the CGC news. Yeah, the graphic is awesome. I very much appreciate it, Mr. Walrus. I should leave the graphic on. Oh, that's the wrong. I've got so many things in my OBS I need to delete out. There's the proper image. Let me call that image consignment fees. That way I know what it is. Okay, so reach out to Nick. Nick has a Craigslist consignment service, so hit him up. CGC Talk will be my video Monday and my 3-hour live last night. I already covered that. Yeah, if you want to pay me $24 each, 99-cent single, I will absolutely sell those for you. Let me know. Nick calling out Rusty for being pricey. Hey, I wasn't slandering TCA. I myself, I've been, one of my big goals over the past month or two have been to go back through, delist a lot of my 6-month-old plus items and relist them. Some of the prices I've had to drop 70%. Some of the prices like have come down so much. I had listings that were 2 years old that were listed peak bubble, and then they didn't sell because I listed them a little too high. I didn't keep up on the pricing. So there were items that I was taking from 1,000 down to 200 or something like that. So, and Rusty's wasn't nearly that old, wasn't nearly that out of touch. And every day there are items that auction for 150 to 200 that I sell for 250, 300 buy it now. Casey says, hey Dan, do you run your consignment listings as buy it nows or auctions? So one thing I mentioned in my video on Monday, primarily it is designed to be a buy it now service. I can and will auction things if you desire me to, but it is not by design an auction service. One thing that I would caution people on, generally speaking, 95% of Pokemon cards I think are better sold 95% of the time as buy it nows. I think you just achieve more money. If it's a liquid enough card, you can sell them quicker than an auction. There are cards that you take a week to auction, 7 to 10% chance they don't pay, and you've got to run it again for another week. There are items that I pop up that sell same day. Same day at what they auction for, same day at what they buy it now for. I sold, I'm going to talk about it a million times. It's kind of a meme at this point. Celebrations Charizard. I sold 40 in a week through individual listings. My average time to list to sale was like hours. It was measured in hours, not days or weeks on that card. So, and there were everyone will always screenshot it. Everyone will always say, oh my God, this one auction sold for more than one buy it now. Generally speaking, buy it nows outperform auctions. There are small windows of time. There are one-off exceptions to the rule where auctions outperform buy it nows. And one thing you never know is, was the auction actually paid? A lot of times an auction exceeds a buy it now. I can't put a percentage to it. I'd just be completely guessing. But some amount of the time an auction goes for over a buy it now, it may not have even been paid. Maybe it was a stronger example, blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, my consignment service, the main allure to it is a buy it now consignment service. If you want to do auctions, there are other people that have lower fees on the direct fulfilled by themselves. Like James, ZNG Emporium, 13.9%. I can't touch that on my own eBay fulfilled by me. Through the vault though, you can kind of submit it as a buy it now with a price. You can opt to have me send it to an auction a week later, and then you'll get the 5% fee. But I would caution that just because eBay Vault is quite new, it is a little bit buggy, and I would worry that an auction that may otherwise achieve $300, $500, whatever it may be, I would worry you might get less. I would worry you might get less because some kind of a hiccup or some kind of a bug with eBay Vault being new. So that is one thing that can't happen with buy it nows. If we price your item for $500 and there's kind of a hiccup or a bug, it's not going to sell for $400 accidentally. It is listed for $500. It can only sell for $500, and you will net $475. You will net 95% of that, whatever we list it as. So yeah, that is why I push buy it nows personally. I think I'm offering something different. There are some other people. I know Nick. Nick does not through the eBay Vault at this point, though maybe in the future he will. But Nick does a little bit of buy it now consignments. As far as I understand, I don't think Rusty or James do at all. They've actually referred some people to me for doing the buy it now consignments. As of now, maybe in the future they will. I don't know. But that is kind of the different thing that I'm doing at this point. And I think the fee is enticing, right? 5% fee, get it into the eBay Vault, which you can't otherwise do directly by yourself. So I'm trying to offer something that I would stand by and that I do myself. And yeah, that's the value proposition I'm bringing with this service. If someone has an eBay Vault item they want me to buy, link me. I'm telling you, link me. I'm going to buy something later today. Let me know. The whole VFriend thing, that's kind of funny because I've heard people say that criticism of the Nagabas. Like, in some way, these almost look kind of like a VFriend kind of feel. Like, that is no shots against like the artist. I think this Yu Nagaba is like a very well renowned artist, and I know nothing about art, but you can feel a little bit of that style, right? Some people are overly harsh in saying my kid could draw that, whatever, but like the Nagaba art styles aren't really for me. They're not my favorites overall, but I have heard that kind of criticism toward them by some people. Is the vault item still able to be promoted through the usual rates, or is eBay pushing them? So that's an interesting question. Very on topic for the day. I appreciate you, Mr. Walrus. So let me go to one of my vault listings and I can show you what it looks like. You can promote. I guess the short answer without demonstration is that for my items in the vault, I can promote through the same means. Basically, I can pay eBay an extra 5%, 10%, whatever percent I want to do. I can pay them more money to put my item in front of more eyes. As far as how the algorithm feeds a vault item versus a normal item, promotions aside, I have no idea. I would think they would favor them slightly just because they're in their possession. They want to get things sold. They want to get things moving, but I have no idea. So I will show you, let me show you my Melly Art Academy. When I go to edit them, what it looks like from my end. Where am I? Let me make sure I have the right thing open here. So let me go back here and then let's switch to this other eBay tab. So it says right here. So this is an eBay Vault listing, what it looks like on my end, on the other side, basically. It says revise your listing with restrictions. So I cannot manually by myself change the title. However, I do set it up front. And if and when there's ever an error in the title, I do have a means through which to edit them. There was a live stream either a week ago or 2 weeks ago where I showed one of the preliminary titles and it was really bad. I remember Retro saying like how bad that title was, and it was very, very bad. But I set this title to my normal format, though I cannot manually edit it myself from this end. As you can see here, item specifics are locked. So those are things that upon submission, I give them to eBay. They put them all in, the set, the grade, the grader, the cert number, the card name, the features, the rarity, manufacturer, year, and case type. And I don't have the ability to edit any of these fields. I do, however, have the ability to edit price, as you can see. And I do have the ability to add offers if I so choose. And I do have the ability to promote. I'm not going to promote this listing at 13.5% because 13.5% on $12,000 is a lot of money, and I don't want to pay that much to sell it. But yeah, that is what the back end of a listing looks like. If and when you desire to have an item sold through the vault through me, 5% are the normal fees. If for some reason you want to promote it with like 5%, if you want to hammer it hard and you want to promote it 5%, that would just be an additional fee on top. I would sell it for 10% then. I suspect that no one will want to do that too much, but I mean, if somebody desires to, if somebody really wants to, instead of running low list, they want to do like 20% above low list with a 10% promotion, I'm up to try it. I'm game to try it. So yeah, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know if you're interested in doing that. Mr. Walrus says, just wait for PSA 9s to be 10s with a new scale. Easy play. John Banker says, Dan, if I wanted to consign with you, would you recommend I submit my CGC 9.5s to you ASAP or send them in for reholdering first? So that's a very interesting way that question's phrased. It's kind of touching on last night's live, the CGC news, while still tying it in with this guy found the cheat code. So you're going to get me to talk about CGC because you tied it in with the consignment. I sold tons of CGC 9.5s yesterday. I sold many of them where people paying $5 additional to get the new 10 slab, I don't think there's much money to be made in doing so. That said, I did sell some where I believe there is margin to be made because the market's crazy and they're going to pay more for the same card because it has a different number on the case, like this one I showed a million times last night. But if you actually genuinely, this is probably a meme question, but I'm going to answer it as if it's not. If you actually have CGC 9.5s that are hard to replace, that are not as replicable, if you have rare Japanese promos, if you have if you have WotC cards that are hard to replicate, hard to go out and buy mint in quantity, I would recommend getting the new slab and then selling them with the new slab with the 10 on the label because people value that. If you have cards that are like Nagaba Eevees, if you have cards that are Celebrations Charizards, I would sell the 9.5 today to someone who thinks they're going to make a bunch of money on the margin. And then I would just buy more raw and then create new Nagaba Eevee 10s with the new label from raw, or create new Celebrations 10s from raw, or Ancient Muse, or Umbreon Classic Collections. That is my thought. That is my strategy. Let's see. There are definitely plays. There are definitely cards. I can't say universally that buy it nows win. There are times in the hobby, like 2020, like right now with certain cards, where a greater percentage of cards are reasonable to auction. But there are also times, and I think these fall in the vast majority of times, where I think buy it nows are more advised, and overall they just generally achieve higher prices. Depends on the card, depends on the time frame, depends on what's going on, cash flow, all the other considerations. Me, for my business, buy it nows make more sense. If for you buy it nows make more sense, I'm here. If not, James is there for auctions, Rusty's there for auctions, Nick does a little bit of auction and buy it now. But yeah, at the end of the day, every time I say it now, I'm going to think about it. At the end of the day, I have this buy it now consignment service. If you want it, I'm here. If you don't, like, it's not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever. I love the thought of James' business succeeding. I love the thought of Rusty's business succeeding. I love the thought of Nick's business succeeding. Your business, like whoever you are, Retro, whoever you are watching this, if this service isn't for you, that's fine. That's great. Like, I hope you succeed and do well otherwise. It would be great if we could do something mutually beneficial. Obviously, the vault benefits me in some way. I'm making something here. And hopefully you can make something too. Hopefully we can work together and make money together. But if not, like, that's fine. And some people just cash flow wise, whatever the considerations are, maybe their inventory is just more prone to working well with auctions. That's just not what I have. That's not generally what I've been setting up. So yeah, there's no, and sometimes I'm probably I can probably be accused of being this way. Sometimes I'm probably too broad with saying buy it nows are better. They're not always better. And if you have cards that where they're not better, auctions. Auctions are definitely a thing that exists. And I have the ability, like I said, through the eBay Vault, it's not front and center. It's not what I'm pushing overly, but I do have the ability to auction through the eBay Vault. I did run a test auction through the eBay Vault wherein I sold a, let me actually just pull up the auction so you can see it so that you're not thinking I made stuff up. But I sold a Celebrations Charizard PSA 10 for like $205. I won't be able to show the whole thing because it'll dox somebody. I see Jake in the chat. Jake's probably dropping some hot memes in the chat. I'll get to those in a second. But yeah, let me just make this an image. Like here was an auction. Let me remove all the identifying. Here was an auction that I did through the eBay Vault. Let me just save the image quickly. Let me add an image. So for example, here's a PSA 10 gem Charizard Celebrations Classic Collection Holo. I sold it through the eBay Vault on June 7th. And it sold for $206. That's a card that I am quite confident would have sold for $220 to $250 buy it now. But auction functionality is there if we need it, if we want it in the eBay Vault. So I just wanted to show that, demonstrate that it can be done. It's not what I'm pushing, but it is there if and when we want to move it. Mr. Walrus says, question, the fee is so attractive and I'd make money, but I also don't want to make you money. Please advise. That's actually a very interesting meme question. And there are times where, again, it comes down to whether you don't want to do business with me for your morals or whatever it may be. There are times where I've done business with companies that I don't really like all their practices, and I wish I didn't have to from some respects. But at the end of the day, you've got to decide, like, is the amount of money you're making with respect to like the amount of money I'm making, does it make sense or not? You got to decide how much you dislike me making money, and then you've got to make that decision for yourself. But appreciate the question, Mr. Walrus. Yeah, that is something that guys like James, guys like Nick, guys like myself, KG mentions, in my most recent sale to a Hong Kong address buyer via eBay, GSP or eBay International Shipping Program, there was an additional international eBay fee of 1.65%. If they ship to a vault, it avoids it, but worth noting. Same thing with sales tax. So I'm an eBay store, so I pay approximately 12% eBay final value fees. I'm also a top-rated seller, so I think now I'm trying to remember. I think I pay 12.35, but then I'm a top-rated seller, so I pay something more like 11-ish when I sell. But if the buyer pays sales tax, I pay a final value fee on the sales tax too. So if they're in Delaware, I don't pay on any sales tax. If they're a reseller, I don't pay a final value fee on sales tax. If they ship to a vault, I don't pay a final value fee on sales tax. But if they're international, there's an additional 1 point. All that stuff is enveloped inside of my fee. All that stuff, as far as I know. I think Nick is the one guy. Nick does like actual eBay fees plus a percentage. So Nick is the one guy that if and when the buyer pays sales tax, if and when the buyer's international, he ships that punishment to you. So Nick is the one guy that forwards that punishment along to his consignor. Whereas guys like James and I, we do a flat percent on the total sale. And if and when the buyer is paying sales tax, if and when the buyer is international, we just take, we make less margin. We have that built within our fee. So Nick's being a little sneaky there, passing that along to you, charging actual eBay fees. Question, when I buy an item in the vault and move it to my vault, do I have same 5% selling fee, or do you have a special rate? Truly never looked on my end. I cannot, all I can comment on is what I'm offering to you guys. I cannot comment on the arrangement I have with eBay, but I honestly don't know. Like I said, I've never bought a card. I'm actually going to try to buy a card today through the eBay vault. But yeah, that's I think that's all I can say on that one. One thing that eBay Vault is doing as of today, as far as I understand, I think long term they intend to add a small buyer's premium. I don't know what that will be, but that is not something that is entirely ironed out, I don't think. Let me see what I can see on Google. So it says right here, okay, I want to make sure I'm not saying anything that's not publicly shown somewhere. So as of right now, the eBay Vault buyer's premium is waived through 2023. So the fee is calculated at 3% of the last purchase price of the item. So that is a fee. I guess one thing I need to disclaim, I've been mentioning that I have no hidden fees, that the entirety of the sale, you will get 95% of the entirety of the sale. But at the end of 2023, they will be adding a 3% buyer's premium, which would be money that would be in addition. I guess I'll have to rethink. This fee structure is current through the end of 2023 at a minimum. But once that buyer's premium starts coming in, that will actually be additional money the buyer's paying that is not factoring into what you're receiving as a consigner. So that is kind of a hidden fee in a way. I truly wish like more companies would move away from this buyer's premium. It's nowhere near as exorbitant as other companies like Heritage and PWCC and this and that, charging 20% buyer's premiums. It just obfuscates what's actually happening. It obfuscates what the actual amount paid for an item is. But yeah, I'm on like a, let me just share my screen again. I'm on a I'm on the wrong tab. Let me. So yeah, right here. Right here it says, when an item in the eBay Vault is sold, we charge the buyer a Vault buyer's premium. This fee is calculated as 3% of the last purchase price of the item. The eBay Vault's buyer premium will be waived through 2023. The Vault buyer's premium covers the administrative costs of securely reassigning ownership of the item within the eBay Vault. So that is something that I'll need to address as we approach that. And that is something I'll definitely be fully transparent with. But as of today, 5% selling fees, you're getting like the full amount of what you're sold, less the 5% fee. When this starts being enacted, I'll have to make sure I address that. And I know a lot of other services are charging like a shipping fee. And that's one of the most common hidden fees that people don't really consider or think about, where you sell an item for $100 with $5 shipping, you're only getting X% of that $100. You're not getting X% of that $5. The greater the value of the item, the more negligible the shipping fee becomes. Whereas with the eBay Vault, it seems as if this will be a flat percent. I don't know if that fee will cap. I don't know if there will be a minimum fee, but that is something to keep in perspective and to keep in mind moving ahead. That is something I will keep a close eye on, what the buyer's premium is and how it works. Apex Goated says, do you buy collections? I do. Feel free to email me. My email link is below somewhere in there on my website, catchemallcollectibles@gmail.com. Discord, Instagram, DM me somewhere and I'll take a look. More and more lately though, I steer people towards my consignment. If it's graded cards, very infrequently these days do I buy graded cards. I buy raw collections more so and then grade them. And if they're graded already, it's more likely something I try to funnel into my consignment service. I'm finding myself buying less and less graded cards. It's been months since I've bought a single graded card of any kind that I can remember. John Banker got me with the CGC cross eBay Vault question. Interested if eBay Vault listings have higher search visibility than normal listings. Internationally, they would have lower, as far as I understand, because it is a fairly new thing. And some of the international search visibility is finicky. So, especially with the higher dollar tier, some of those are exempt from showing on other websites because they're higher than the eBay international shipping maximum price. That's just inherent to high dollar listings from some respects. But as far as like if you compare a $500 item being in the vault versus a $500 item being out of the vault, 1-to-1, same card, same everything, which one has higher search ranking? I don't know the answer to that one. That one falls within the black box of the eBay algorithm, and I just don't know. No one can ship direct to my vault. It has to be shipped to me, and then I submit to the vault. So eBay Vault is in this preliminary stage, this early stage where I have to hit a certain threshold of items and dollars. And it cannot just be like you send a $500 card to me. That's why I'm doing once monthly submissions at this point. If and when the demand is there, I might be able to ship twice monthly, maybe even weekly if the demand is really there in high volume. But as of right now, I'm only promising what I know I can deliver at minimum for the remainder of 2023. Each month's deadline will be the first of the month. So if you get your cards to me by July 1st, the first business day of July, which I believe is actually like July 3rd. I think July 4th is on a Tuesday. So if you get your items to me by July 3rd, they will be shipped to the eBay Vault within the same week. Other than that, if you're a day late, if you're a day late, I might be able to sneak things in, but the only things I can guarantee is July 3rd, because I have to do batch send-offs. I have to do a very high dollar amount all at once to get in there. So it will never be exactly what PWCC is, or at least not anytime soon from what I see. Is the advantage to your own consignment versus eBay Vault just quick turnaround on listing and specifics control? So yeah, one of the questions that comes up, why would anyone use my regular consignment service? Let me get it back on screen. Why would anyone use my regular consignment service when the fee is so much lower? One, the minimum isn't there. So if you want to sell something that's $200, you can do that through me, but you can't do it through the eBay Vault. So that's one. Two is I will list things within a couple business days if you send to me directly to be listed on my eBay. So we can list them quicker. Whereas the eBay Vault is once monthly submissions. So if you miss that first business day of the month, you have to wait another 4 weeks. You have to wait another month till the first business day of the next month. So some of it is timing, quicker turnaround time, as you mentioned. And then some of it is just less restrictions. And then some people are also concerned. Some people are also concerned like, hey, I have this Japanese card and it feels like it's in a bubble. It feels like it's at the top. They don't want to wait that extra few weeks. They want to get it on eBay. They want to get it listed and sold. They just want to lock in the price without adding that extra couple weeks delay or a few weeks delay. So it's all however you want to do it. Some people aren't comfortable with eBay Vault being in such an early stage. They would rather pay more money to have more certainty in what's actually happening, knowing that I have the item. Also, I mentioned this in my video on Monday. eBay Vault return fees. If and when, for whatever reason, you want an item returned, that 5% fee is both a selling fee and a not selling fee. It costs a lot of money to get items out of the eBay Vault. Let me actually show you here. Just in the page that I was in. This is the publicly facing page they have for what it costs to remove an item from the vault. $1,000 item costs $50. That's 5%. That's what it costs to remove an item from the vault. So a $250 item costs $12.50. That's 5%. A $400 item costs $20. That's 5%. So this 5% vault selling fee is also a not selling fee. So if and when you decide to remove your item from the vault, I have to charge you what I'm paying to get it back from the eBay Vault, and then I have to charge you like return shipping and stuff on top of that. So I highly encourage people to only send me items that will ultimately sell. If for some reason you need liquidity and you need it fast, some amount of people have me auction their items. I've done that many, many times. I have an auction live right now from somebody who just, I think they buy it now, sent me like 10 items. There's one left that hasn't sold for a few weeks, so maybe a few months even. They just want it gone. They just want to close out their account for now, and they want to get that last money. So I do run auctions from time to time, but yeah, it is not in your best interest, in my opinion, to send cards to me and then ultimately get them back. I will charge you to do that because I incur costs to do that. I incur time, I incur cost, actual cost, paying eBay to get it back. Please only send me items that you desire to sell. I have had early on, I've had some people send me a lot of items, and for whatever reason, they wanted a lot back. I did not charge people enough because I wasted a lot of time. One thing that's beautiful about auctions is You list them at 1 cent, you take pictures, and then you go. And the market's the market, whatever. One thing with buy it nows is you have to do a little bit of research. You have to look at low list. You have to look at last sold. You have to generate the price. I have to create a spreadsheet. I have to propose the price. The consignor has to approve the price. Then I have to list it. If I do all that work and then I don't get that commission on the back end, that's a lot of wasted time and energy to get nothing. So one thing I mentioned in my video Monday, if you're doing the normal service with me, it's $5 a card. If you're doing the eBay Vault, it's 5% plus actual fees. So it would be a lot of money to get your cards back from Buy It Now. You'd be better off just buying it back and getting 95% of the net in many ways. Please only send me cards you intend to sell. I knew Jake was going to have some memes for us. I hate when other businesses succeed. I would rather us all fail. At the end of the day, give me money. Let's all fail together as a happy family. As a community, yeah. Yeah, we got Jake and Old Skool Pokemon in the same YouTube live chat. 2 completely dormant YouTube accounts. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why they're both here, but somehow they dusted off the accounts to log in for an YouTube live chat. L's feel better when everyone takes the L together. There we go. Rusty says, who auctions stuff anymore? Why is Nick a mod and not me? Okay, you guys better watch out. I'm going to give Jake a wrench. So Jake is officially going to be a wrench now. Ask and he shall receive. He took it personally, but now he's been upgraded. Probably because you've ghosted YouTube and you've not been in my live chats enough, whereas Nick has been. Let's see. Yeah, Nick is constantly replacing people. He replaces the green shiz with Gem at Pokemon for Long Beach tables. He replaces Jake with PK for the drive to Charlotte. Brad, I saw you tagged me, but I was at the post office. I haven't been able to watch the video yet. I'll have to check that out. I'm sure you roasted me pretty good probably, but I don't know if you did it, but you should have bought some other mystery packs from other people, just random ones from YouTube. Comparing my PSA 9 cracked ice EVs or whatever I sent you, I don't remember. But comparing what I sent you compared to what the average mystery bag slab on eBay would be, I probably have pretty solid ones. Really similar. I saw Rusty in chat. I did kind of copy. Rusty talked about it in that one video, and I'm like, man, I got to get in on this action. So I copied very closely what Rusty did for like photos and description and why try to reinvent the wheel, right? Rusty was having great success and he showed YouTube his great success on that mystery slab item. So I just I emulated it. I copied his play there. So oh no, Nick was wielding his wrench power, but now he can't block the other wrench now. Dan golfs for LIV confirmed. Let me try to catch up here. I'm getting close, I think. Pull up Excel sheet on sales tax differences. I definitely have one somewhere. Wow, throw Old Skool Pokemon under the bus. Yeah, I'm 15 minutes behind, so I'm at the point where I said Nick charges actual fees plus percentage. He's an absolute monster. How dare he? How dare he? The reason I give him all the crap is because like I'm waiting for that response video. I'm just trying to bait a response video out here. Come on, Nick. Come on, you're getting called out. You've got to talking about my hidden fees, but conveniently forgetting to mention your own hidden fees. Got him. I'm just trying to bait Nick into making a video. I'm seeing who I can bait out of hibernation with a call out video or a response video. Aiden, I see your question, but I can't really discuss any arrangement. Sorry about that. The eBay buyer's premium, I can actually link you to the page in case you care to read more about like the eBay vault fees. This is eBay vault specific as far as I understand. So I just linked it in the chat, Pokebarn. This is eBay vault specific 2024 and beyond. First edition Charizard 10 sold for 50K. Is English boof dead for good? There's no, like a PSA 10 first edition base Charizard, or was it like a CGC 10? I would be shocked if a base first edition PSA 10 Charizard sold for 50K. Nostalgianomics asking the same thing. Dan, don't nobody know what obfuscate means. Basically, like muddying it up. Obfuscate means like to make it harder to understand, to complicate it. It's just, it's an obfuscating way to say complicate, I guess, is what I'll say. It's a really good word. I really, really like that word. No booster packs. So yeah, that's a very good question, Mike. I appreciate it. The only things that are eligible for the consignment service, and as you see here, I guess it's not on this, but it is on my frequently asked questions. Graded single cards only. I've had some people approach me, can you sell my entire Scream set together through the eBay vault? Not sets of cards. It is not this card because it's not valuable enough. One single graded card alone only. It is not sealed product. It is not graded booster pack. So I have a terrible, terrible PSA 7 booster pack by me. eBay Vault does not do booster packs. I will do that is another thing, going back to Mr. Walrus's questions. Why would you use my consignment over the eBay Vault my consignment? I will do graded booster packs myself on my eBay at 20%. I cannot do them through the vault. They are not eligible for the vault. One other thing I do on a very limited basis. Big disclaimer, very limited basis. I have somebody who can sign these with me. I do some oddball stuff. I do some sealed product. I have these Final Fantasy Noir things. Shout out Ray. Ray with the play there. Those are on consignment with me. If you have niche sealed product that you want sold by me through consignment, reach out. I am largely not going to touch individual booster packs. I am largely not going to touch Ultra Modern Sealed because I have enough of my own. But if you have kind of more of an obscure niche thing, if you have graded packs, I do those through my standard consignment service. Those are not eBay Vault eligible, but reach out. In the future, these may become eligible, but as of right now, it is standard sized single graded cards only. That said, I do Magic, I do Yu-Gi-Oh, I do MetaZoo, I do Weiss. Anything that is CGC, BGS, or PSA graded, I can sell through my consignment service and the Vault service. Vault service only if it's $250 or more. But I try to make the graphic as simple as possible, but there are some caveats. There are some like things that need to be disclaimed as far as graded booster packs. There's a lot of, as we all know and love, there's a lot of nuance throughout these things. The Green Shiz says, oh, I see what you're saying. I don't think the vault works that way. I can... So you're saying if you go shopping tonight on eBay and you buy a $500 item, can you just have that go to my vault instead of your vault? I don't know. I can look into that. I guess I don't know what the advantage would be. In that case, you're probably better off just sending it to your own vault and then selling it through your own vault. But I guess I can inquire about that. I can do some research on that. I took a note. I appreciate it, Josh. What's even the point in having a wrench anymore? I'll make sure Jake doesn't get drunk with power and go on a banning spree. I think somewhere I can see who's been banned by who, and I can undo things that mods do. So if and when anyone gets drunk with the wrench power, they will lose their wrench. Don't worry. At the end of the day, Dan should do a word of the week as a YouTube short. It would just always be at the end of the day. Or word of the week, you're talking more about obfuscate, but yeah. At the end of the it drives me crazy now that my wife told me that the only reason she realized it is because she was listening once and she saw someone teasing me in chat about it and I didn't even realize it. But then she told me, like one-to-one in person, she told me that how much I say it. So now I constantly catch myself going to say it. And every time I start to say it, I try to think of an alternate. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's the best lead-in to, I don't know. I need to think of alternates. I need to think of synonyms for that so that I can get a little more variety in what I say. But yeah, let me go back to where I was. I did see Rusty in chat, so let's get the man paid. Rusty, since I stole your play on the buy it now, since I stole your play on the buy it now listing for the what do you call it? For the random like grab bag PSA listing, I'm gonna pay the man and I'm gonna buy your Pikachu from the vault. So I'm going to hide my screen for a little bit. I'll try to pop in and show you my screen at every next step of the stage. I just want to make sure that I don't dox myself, anything. So yeah, I'm gonna click buy it now. I'm gonna ensure that I do this without causing myself any issues. Okay, now I completely lost my Chrome. Okay, so we're back with Chrome. Yeah, let me see what I can do here. So here's what I'm looking at right now. When I go to click buy it now, I'm just gonna hide it for a second so that I don't show my name or address or anything. So this is what it looks like right here. I'm enrolled in the eBay vault. Mind you, you'll need to be enrolled in the eBay vault. And this is another note too. It says right here, storage in the eBay vault is free through 2024. Presumably then, 2025 and onward, there will be some amount of a storage fee in the eBay vault. As of today, if you get into the eBay vault through me, I grandfather people in. If and when the eBay vault fees are exorbitant for storage, I don't think they would be so much that I can't wrap them into my fee. But I will never retroactively on people who have items with me either in the eBay vault or in my own consignment service. I will never retroactively raise your fee. My goal, as like shout out to James, ENG Emporium, he's only at this point lowered his fee, I believe. If and when something changes, if and when his fees goes up, I'm sure that there's a disclaimer somewhere that he can raise the fees, but his turnover, the way that he auctions every week, he doesn't have like people's items in hand for so long, unless they're drip feeding like 50 of the same card across 50 weeks. But anyways, if and when you get your cards to me, I will never raise your fees. You'll be grandfathered into the new rates. I recently raised my minimum to 25. I have hundreds of cards on hand in possession that I'm selling for my consigners where they're at like a $20 fee or something like that. I just can't justify it. I don't want to get flooded. So yeah, if and when you get in, if and when storage fees start being charged, I'm not going to pass that along to you. That will be bundled up, wrapped in with the fees that you're paying me on the back end only upon sale. So yeah, you can see right here, I have an option to transfer to me within the vault for free, or I have withdraw and send to my address, shipping and tax. I'm going to go off screen because I don't want to show my address, but I don't pay sales tax because I'm a reseller and I have my reseller's permit and all that with eBay. But if I click on withdraw and send to my address, let me go back to you guys because it doesn't show my address. It actually shows sales tax may apply, which it won't because I have a reseller's permit with them, certificate of authority in New York. Shipping is still free. So if someone buys non-vault, I don't believe they'll pay shipping on top. I believe it's free shipping. They will pay sales tax, which is the case with everything else. But if and when I pay a final value fee on the sales tax, that will be wrapped within the 5% you pay to me. That will not be an additional charge. That will not be a hidden thing. But what I'm going to do here, let me go back off stream. I'm going to transfer to me within the vault. I'm going to confirm it. This is where it's showing. So it's showing my credit cards. Only the last 4 of my credit cards. It's not like it would do anything to you guys, like where you guys could take money from me. But I'll show you what I can. I don't want to show you the last 4 of all my credit cards because like you don't need to have it. But here's this. This is what it looks like on my end. I'm paying $299 all in. Rusty, as far as that, like Rusty will be getting whatever he gets if and when this was a consignment. Obviously, Rusty's not tied in with my consignments or anything like that. But say this was your sale. If you sent to me in the eBay vault and this was your sale for $299.99, I have a $25 minimum fee. So you would net $274.99 upon this sale. It is higher than 5% because it's sub 500. It's 5%, $25 minimum. But upon this sale, it will be transferred to me in the eBay vault. It's no returns, final sale. Rusty's gonna get what he nets from that sale. And yeah, let me go back full office. Let me confirm and pay. Make sure it doesn't show my name or anything like that. Good question here. Are vault sales still tracked under solds and public? So I just bought this from Rusty. You guys let me know. I don't know how long eBay solds take to update, but you guys let me know. I just made this purchase live on YouTube. It went from Rusty's vault to my vault. Let me know if you guys can see this. I don't know if it takes minutes or hours or days. Like it should only take minutes. But yeah, let me know if you guys see this. I think yes. I'm not positive, but I think yes. Maybe someone can confirm for us. But yeah, that is what the process looks like. Only a positive feedback will be coming, Rusty. Hey Dan, off topic, but do you know if you're going to the National yet? Would like to meet you in person here in Chi-Town. Unfortunately, I will not be going to the National. I have a very, very busy summer. The weekends are filling in so quick with like family trips that we want to do by ourselves, and then graduation parties and birthday parties and weddings, and it's just not like a great weekend, not great timing. So, yeah, I unfortunately will not be making the National. I'm not going to Worlds. My next event is Charlotte. My next event is mid-September, Charlotte Collecticon. Nothing for the summer. Mr. Walrus says, question, cards under your care are insured. You said, what's the guarantee/insurance the vault offers? So everything you ship to me, assuming you ship signature required. I always tell this one that I received today, I see right on it, signature tracking. If you ship signature required to my address shown here on the consignments, thank you, Mr. Walrus, for being my softball lobber on the on-topic questions for the eBay vault. CGC could have used more of those yesterday. But I'm my own moderator, so I'm just making sure I only take the softballs. But yeah, I appreciate you. If you ship to my P.O. box, if you ship to my UPS eligible address with signature required, I have a policy limit. If and when, like every consignment needs to be personally approved by me. If and when I run into a scenario where your value of your package is going to exceed my policy limit, we will address that separately. It's very rare. It's a high number. It's not advised to give out like your policy limits or anything. Insurers will always tell you that. So I'm not going to say the number, but it's a big one. And I've not run into an issue yet. So yeah, inbound and outbound, when I sell it, it doesn't matter anymore. If something gets lost in the mail, that's me, my insurance, my end, and I'll get you paid out when the item hits me, and if and when it gets lost on my end, I deal with that. The eBay vault is fully insured too. Kind of like the PWCC vault, everything there on premises is fully insured. My insurance, the way it works, I keep some stuff at a safe deposit box. I keep some stuff in the eBay vault. I have other off-storage sites. My insurer knows all of my locations, and individual locations are insured for different amounts. More complexity than you need to know, but in many ways, the items in the eBay vault are both insured by my business insurance and by eBay Vault's own insurance. So they're like doubly insured in some ways at some times. So yeah, rest assured that if and when anything ever gets lost, if and when anything ever goes wrong, if it happens after the sale, you're already paid out. It's not your headache anyways. If it happens before the sale, I do need to give this disclaimer. Insurance can be a slightly painful, slightly prolonged process. I do have one thing underway where someone internationally was sending me stuff on consignment, and That was sent via DHL. I'm only using USPS and UPS moving ahead. That was sent to a different address, my non-PO box address. I'm only using my PO box address moving ahead. But there are things going on with the police. There are things going on with the insurance company. That has been delayed months. The consignor will be paid out at the end of the day, in full for market value. If and when something is lost on its way to me, you will not necessarily get what you are going to list it for. You are not necessarily going to get your full ask price. Insurances will only pay out based on like recent solds, based on if there's no recent solds, it might be based on what you paid for it. So just know insurance is like the last resort. Insurance is not the desired outcome. If and when something goes wrong, insurance is there, but by no means do we want to have to use that. By no means is that the desired outcome. It will be a headache. It can take some time, but yeah, ship to me, signature required. I ship tons of packages all the time. And this is I have one ongoing claim in the few years that I've had the policy. I have no claims otherwise. Having things lost in the mail is very, very rare. And when you put signature required on it, TCA, oh wait, never mind. TCA Gaming says, I'm still about 10 minutes back on the video. Oh no, what did I just do? I just deleted Mr. Walrus's... I think I just banned Mr. Walrus. Oh my god. I just accidentally right-clicked on a message, and I just removed a bunch of Mr. Walruses. There's no way I just banned Mr. Walrus. I don't even know how to rectify this. I'm gonna lose my MVP chatter. I'm sorry, Mr. Walrus. I hope I only timed you out for 5 minutes. I can't even highlight the message anymore because I timed him out or something. He just DM'd me on Discord. Yeah, he's DMing me on Discord because I just banned him somehow. Funny. I'm sorry, Mr. Walrus. Oh my god. I need to go into my YouTube now. I need to open up. I do all this from OBS, so I don't even have like my YouTube opened. Let me open my YouTube studio. I hope it's only... I don't even know how to verify if it's 5 minutes or what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to do this on the back end over here in YouTube Studio. I think it's under community or something. I don't even know where to see where people are banned. So Mr. Walrus is a moderator. How did I ban a moderator? I didn't hide him. The only thing I have hidden are the infamous sex bots. Remember when sex bots were a thing? Remember when they were popping up everywhere? He said it says right below deleted message. Nick, can you see on your end? Does it say if I timed him out or what? I genuinely don't know what to do here. He's not hidden because he's not in my hidden things. That's all just the sex bots. He's listed as a moderator still, so he's not like completely banned. Nick says it's 5 minutes. So Walrus just DM'd me. Nick said it's 5 minutes. He told me to carry on. Walrus will be back with us. See, you better be careful out here. Even though you got a wrench, I can still ban you. I've got the biggest wrench of all. I can't believe I did that. Oh, that's actually hilarious though. Sorry, Mr. Walrus. Mr. Walrus was talking to Rusty too. I don't know what they were talking about exactly. Rusty was talking about when Mr. Walrus said item not as described incoming TCA Gaming. Yeah. He's joking, Rusty, because I bought one of your items through the eBay vault. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's crazy. That's funny. Get wrecked. Good game, Wally. You timed him out for 300 seconds. Okay, I didn't see that message. Rip Mr. Walrus. Banhammer. Yeah, Oh, that's funny. Walrus got sent to the eBay vault. Yeah, Walrus got sent to the eBay vault. He's gonna be back with us soon, hopefully. Yeah, Mr. Walrus was just memeing because I just bought an item from you, Rusty, in the eBay vault to just kind of. I've never bought from the eBay vault before, so I bought your Topps Chrome Pikachu. He was memeing that I was gonna leave you an item that was described. Naturally, obviously, I'll be leaving you a positive feedback, a stellar feedback for your vault fulfilled Topps Chrome Pikachu that I will be receiving. Anyways, that was a nice 5 or 10 minute distraction diversion from what was going on here. We are winding down though. There's about 10 minutes left. Hopefully, when did I ban him? Mr. Walrus's last message was, I think it was 7 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago. I think he should be back soon. I miss him. I miss him. He DM'd me on Discord 5 minutes ago, so it should be gone now. I think he should be back. Rusty says I should have haggled on the Pika. I felt bad, though. I felt bad for stealing your play on the random... you posted about it on YouTube, so you were inviting yourself to have your play stolen. But I stole your play. There we go. It's always the ones close to you that hurt you the most. Wise words from Mr. Walrus. But yeah, Rusty, I felt like I owed it to you for spilling the play on your random Mint Plus graded Pokemon card, because that has been a successful listing for me. I think over the past 2 weeks, I've sold like 90 between a few listings that I have. So yeah, I very much appreciate that tip you gave me in a video, and I felt like paying you back through buying one of your eBay Vault items as a test. I'm gonna relist it for like the same amount of money or slightly more. I'll try to get my money back from it, but yeah, we'll see what maybe I'll go a little bit less, and I'll try to take a quick $20-$30 L. The Dark Lord is back. He's back. Everyone rejoice. I'm gonna be more careful with my clicking here. I accidentally right clicked and just immediately it was a reflex, I guess. I saw that put that user in timeout, and I just instinctively clicked it, I guess. Sorry, Mr. Walrus. Place falls apart without me. Without watching the chaos in silence has opened my eyes. My existence has value. Yeah, while the 5 minutes you were gone, the only messages in chat, the only thing I was doing was panicking, trying to find you. The only thing chat was talking about was they were laughing. Well, they were laughing a little bit, to be fair. But they were also wondering where you were and missing you. So know that you're loved, Mr. Walrus. Know that you're the live chat goat. Literally asked a fire question and got banned. Raji Card says, Dan, I need a commission for the commercial I made. $5 for every sale, non-negotiable. I'll have to check that out tonight. I did not watch your video yet. I will be going for about another 8 minutes until 4:30, so I won't be able to watch the video until this evening. But I will watch that, and we'll see what we can work out on the back end, maybe. If you stimulate a bunch of sales, we'll see. This whole Retro says this whole thing is so late cycle. Grown men talking about lawnmowers, a dude named Mr. Walrus, lives about absolutely nothing. Pokemon on track to be Beanie Babies soon. This one was on top. Like, I do appreciate you guys, chat. I do appreciate Mr. Walrus for all but the 5 minutes that I had him banned. He was lobbing me the softball questions to talk about the eBay Vault, which was my desire today. And if anyone has any interest in submitting to me through the eBay Vault, feel free to reach out. A lot of people already have. There's going to be a big send-off the first week of July, so I'm looking forward to the service. Again, I hope it provides value. It's definitely providing me some amount of value. Question, with items hitting the vault, are you able to stagger the listing at all, or is all in? So the way things go, I can utilize it in this fashion. It will not be utilized in this fashion by consigners, but as of today, as eBay mentioned, the vault fees, storage fees are waived, but there will be storage fees eventually, presumably, since they're saying they're waived through 2024. So Before I submit your cards into the vault, we will have pricing finalized. We will have the ask price finalized. Once they get into the vault, as soon as possible, I will get them listed for sale on that agreed upon price. Upon sale, $25 minimum, but you will get 95% of the proceeds of the sale if and when they sell, or when they ultimately sell. So it'll be a monthly batch. They'll all go in, and then as soon as possible, same day they go live on eBay Vault, same day I have the ability to list them live, they will be live. So, like, don't send to me anything that you want to be, like, if you want it sold later, send it later, basically is what I'm saying. Things will be listed as soon as possible. If you have 50 of a card that you want sold, on your own end, send 5 a month to me until they're all in. Like, I don't really want to send 50 into the vault up front and then just list 5 a month. Theoretically, I could do that. I do have the ability to do that. I have a couple items in my eBay vault that are not listed for sale. But overall, the consignment thing will be like, you will list it, we will list it for a price, we will try to sell it as quickly as possible for a reasonable amount. Ideally, an amount higher than an auction would yield. But yeah, that's the idea. Entire idea of the service. So Thrifty said she did laugh with peace and love, but she did deep down, as we all did, miss Mr. Walrus. I do have a 9.5 Ampharos on consignment. That is a 10. That is a 10 now. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here that just the 9.5 changing to a 10, people will value it more. Rusty is the beneficiary of a Gem Mint 9.5 base first edition becoming a Gem Mint 10. They do say a $10,000 limit on the reholdering. So Rusty, I'm curious, do you know what they're going to charge you? They said $5 to reslab a card up to $10,000. Rusty, do you know what they're charging you to reslab that card that probably was worth 30 to 50K and now it's worth like 150 or more thousand? Like, I don't know what that card will be worth, but it'll be worth will that be worth 250,000? Will it be worth 150,000? No idea, but it's not to talk down on Rusty's card, but I was just gonna say it again, not to talk down on Rusty's card, but like it's a Gem Mint 9.5. It's gonna be a Gem Mint 10 after he reholders it. Rusty says he's hoping to negotiate, as I plan to send in a lot of cards. That makes sense. Hopefully they just do like $10 a pop for the expensive ones. Hopefully they don't get too crazy about it. But yeah, I imagine you probably have a lot of cards to send in. But that's great that they'll all have the 10 in your collection. That Instagram post you made was funny though, where you crossed out the 9.5 and wrote 10. It's so silly because at the end of the day, it's still a Gem Mint card. The words are the same on it. The card inherently is the same card. Whatever blemishes, whatever print lines, whatever hollow scratches, whatever surface issues, the card is the same card. But just because the 9.5 goes to a 10 on the label, it will be valued probably $50,000 to $100,000 or more by the market. Like, what kind of a world are we living in where that can be a reality? But it's absolutely crazy. Oh, I haven't watched your newest video, I get Rusty, but Pokebarn said you said $30 on your newest video. I'm very behind. My backlog for YouTube content is really long. I'm hoping to churn through more. Yeah. We need a new emote. We need a new emote where every time I say it, people can drop that emote in chat. TCG Caravan fell asleep on my lunch with you in my ear. Rusty said he thinks it's $30. When are you going to show your recent BGS return? So I showed in Discord, I showed that I had BGS grades hit recently. I do not physically have those in hand. Probably on next week's live I'll show them, assuming I have them in. But as of right now, I only have the grades. I did black label some Pokemon. It's not overly exciting black labels. It's ultra modern Japanese promos. Not like any of the crazy stonky Pikachu ones. Just it's a nice promo, but I'll show it next week when it comes in. Hopefully next week, maybe the following. But other than that, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I just got an email. Congratulations on your new purchase. It's now in my vault, ready to be listed. You've bought an authenticated item that's already securely stored in the eBay vault. It's instantly yours, and there's nothing else you need to do. So sometime later tonight or tomorrow, you'll probably see that same Pikachu that I bought from Rusty up in my vault for like 280 or 290 or 300, somewhere in there. We'll see. What part of the day though? The beginning. At the beginning of the day, Dan, can we get at the end of the day merch? But merch is something I do. I do have a nice, sleek green poop emoji shirt somewhere. I do like buying other people's merch. I think there's more merch out there I still need to buy, but it's on a list. It's on a list of things to do. I might make some merch someday through like that Stream Elements, whatever that website's called. But it's there's a lot of things higher up in priority on the list. But someday there might be at the end of the day merch. Yeah, me serenading people to sleep. It's not surprising to hear that you fell asleep during my live stream. But that is it for today. I hope I answered any and all questions that people may have had on the eBay Vault. If not, feel free to reach out if you're interested in consigning. This is eBay Vault week, so I will have a short going live tomorrow, or Friday, that will slightly address this graphic and just be like a 60-second or less, hey, come consign with me. But between everything, yeah, it's here. You guys know it's here. I appreciate everyone hanging out and watching. I